Hello, hello, hello. Check, checking microphone. Sounds okay. Hopefully it isn't loud. All right. I think we are up and running. We're going to be doing some actual building today, so that's pretty exciting. I think I've got everything set up such that I won't have to move around too much, grab stuff, come back and leave and all that kind of stuff. Got a bunch of parts over off to the side. I've got my handy dandy heat insert press over here that I can pull up on the table. Heat it. So yeah, let's hop over. Stuff around on my computer. I can actually see you guys chat. So this is kind of my setup from the overhead view. I also have a little tiny camera over here that I can maybe do some close-ups. That's going to be helpful for anybody who can actually able to see what's going on. What else? So I've got this thing set up. This is just a ruler from DigiKey, and it is clamped down to this piece of countertop. I think it's granite, not really sure. It's super flat. I did check its flatness. But yeah, so this is what I'm hoping will help me be able to kind of align things fairly well. Then I've got a couple things like this guy here, check the inside, and this guy here to the outside. So the plan is to be able to kind of square everything up really, really nicely. Still have access to the blind joint holes. So I know that this is flat. I know that the ruler is pretty flat. I know that the 1, 2, 3 block and the angle bracket are pretty flat. So hopefully with that, I'll be able to pretty easily keep things nice and square and then have access to get stuff screwed in. So that's the plan in terms of doing the frame stuff. Got some other stuff, a little engineer square here. Hey, what's up, 3D Print SOS? Thanks for checking in, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get my stream set up. I think you've got yours working pretty fluidly. If I can get mine working as well as yours, then I'll be in good shape. Today we're gonna get started with mostly the frame. Let me pop over. I've got my stream deck set up so I can try to show you guys good stuff. Yeah, I've got the manual over here that I can pop in and kind of show what steps I'm on, and then I can also bring that up pretty much for any view. So I'm trying to make things super adjustable. I'm gonna want people's opinions on like what views they think are the best, because I'm not really sure. So I can hop back out to the overhead, and I can put the desktop up here as well. So I don't know what's going to be the most helpful. I can zoom in and stuff if people aren't able to see anything, but I guess let's get started with the build. So it looks like this first step is preparing our hex nuts and our carriers. So I've got a few of them already done over here. These came in my PIF. These little carriers are printed really, really well. They are a little, if not under extruded, then perfectly extruded, because the nuts don't really like to stay in there. I can kind of lift them out, and I've seen other people use them, and the nuts do seem to want to stay in. So these are pretty simple to load up. If you are looking to do this, you take your M3 nut, Steve's little hardware organizer here, and I have Modbot's V0 hardware organizer, so everything's nice and labeled really well. The animations, it's taking me a little while. Let me know how the chat delay is. I put it on super low latency, and I've got the chat over here to the side, so you know how it is when you're trying to, do stuff and then check on the chat. But yeah, I did the animations. I used to stream a lot of sim racing, and recently I kind of have shifted over to doing a little bit more 3D printing, but I had all that kind of stuff set up for my sim racing stream a long time ago. But yeah, it's fun. I try to add, like, every time I stream, try to add one cool new thing, like an extra camera, music, get my stream deck set up so I can switch between stuff pretty easily. So trying to work on it. Oh, these are M2s that I need. Wrong one. There's a lot of M2 hardware in this build, kind of unlike a Trident or a 2.4, which is basically, I think, all M3 and all M4. This has a lot of M2. So I've actually got M2 nuts already out here. One, two, skip a few. Tiny hardware. I'm a little worried about stripping out some of the screw. I've heard that happens to people. This Formbot kit, I went over it in my unboxing, in my kind of impressions in the organization. Got stainless steel hardware, which is kind of impressive. I kind of expected standard black oxide, kind of non-stainless, but tiny little screw heads would still like to get stripped out. So I've got all of these prepared. Let's see what the next step is. Most of my linear rails still have their stoppers on them. I did lose one in the process of cleaning and picking them up. Hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I'm not good at the whole, you know, YouTube thing, I guess, which is kind of funny, but if I can put it on this cam so you guys can still see me. If anybody wants a different camera angle, I'm super flexible. Let me know what you want. Let me know what you want. So find the carriages, don't let them slip off. Already cleaned them, already lubed them. Now we need E extrusion. So it took me a little while to get all of these extrusions straight. One thing that Formbot does that I think a lot of manufacturers are starting to do, I know LDO does it, is they kind of tap every single end of every single hole. And if you go back in the instructions for these Voron kits, they try to identify which extrusion is which by which ones have tapped holes. But when kind of all of them do, it can kind of throw you off a little bit. But I was able to get these all sorted out. So I've got the extrusions taped up. You can see that some of them are like C/H and A/B because they can be used for either. I measured all these out. They seem to be pretty close to 200 millimeters. I think the range was like 199.996 to 200.00 like 4. So 0.008 of a variance there, which is pretty good in my book. So we need two of these guys. Untape these two. Need to lay them out with the holes up top. Yeah, I can punch in and out a little bit of this guy, so if you need a wider view or a closer view, let me know. So we only need two of these areas. I guess there's one more for the X and two more for the Y. Last distraction, now get to building. Thank you. That's the first donation I've ever had in a live stream, if you believe it or not. That's dope, man. Oh, you were talking in your last live stream about the PCBs. And I mentioned that I had a bunch of them. So, yeah, that's what I got. If you are interested in an IO expander or a clipper expander, this has like ports for extra RGB LEDs, extra fans, a whole bunch of extra stuff. Or if you want a Voron ruler, which is kind of dope. Or you want a stealth burner, either single PCB or dual PCB. So this PCB actually goes inside of the stealth burner head behind the top fan, which is kind of cool. So you don't have to have a whole bunch of wires coming out. You can just kind of pass out this little header. So if you're interested in any of these, let me know. I'll trade you for a sticker. If anybody watching that is not following 3D Print SOS, go check out his channel. He's doing the Trident build right now. He's pretty far into it, and I've been watching his streams pretty much every single one, I think. Thank you again for the donation. This is literally the first donation on the channel. Word, yeah. If you have a Discord, I'll hit you up on that. I know. I'm pretty sure most of the 3D printing communities seem to have Discords now, but let's see. So to have them nuts up or nuts down, both options work. Similar, whatever's the face up, pop out. Both orientations work fine. Yeah, I can definitely get you set up with some of this stuff. We'll have the empty holes go towards the front, towards the jumped out. That's what I mean about maybe a little under extruded, but all the prints look amazing. All right, so we got our nut carriers in. What is next up? Putting the rails on. First two rails. So get these moved up a little bit more. I've got my LTT screwdriver. Heard really good things. Excited to try it out. And then I've also got a little wow stick. This magnet is sticking to. So should be all set up. A little loose in there. But let me know about the music if anybody's listening. Last time I felt like I turned it up a bit too much when I rewatched the VOD, so I definitely want to find a nice balance so you guys can hear it, kind of be entertained by it, but not, you know, overwhelmed stream. So we want to put our two rails on top. Put the stoppers in a spot where there's no nut. I've been doing so much prep for this. I'm pretty excited to finally get started. Then we've got our alignment tools, which I already have set out. Prints. These came with my PIF set as well. I did print it forward in order to get my printed parts because I initially didn't have any printers that could print ABS in the quality I wanted for this, especially since some of the parts are so small. One at a time. M2 by 6. Looks like 1, 4, 5 times 2. 2 by 6 socket bed. 10. 4, 8, 10, 6. The nut holders seem pretty nice in terms of just holding things in place really well. I also have a bunch of the no drop nuts printed out. Later portion. Magnet hold well? No, probably not on stainless steel hardware. I guess that's somewhat of an issue with stainless. not particularly sparse. So I want to tighten that all the way so that I can keep turning. So far. I mean, honestly, with this screwdriver, I might not need plow stick very much. The ratcheting on the screwdriver is pretty thick. Maybe when I start torquing stuff into the plow. No, be better for that. But it made pretty light work. Then we just get two, one on the top, one more. To make sure I also don't like that. Put my head over on top of the camera, below the camera. Maybe I can also get one of the mini LT screwdrivers, a little long for this situation. There was no mention of Loctite back. Yeah, it looks like you only used a thread locker for the grub screw. Good for that. A lot of steps to go. I was looking to print the manual, but it's like 286 pages, I think. I was kind of like, nah. It would only really help want it if it like helps me see things better or keep things better organized for stream. I don't. I'm really liking this hardware organizer. Way better than having to like dip into bags every 30 seconds. And I have music playing in my ear, but it tends to be louder in my ear than it comes up on the stream. So if anybody in chat wants to let me know how that sounds, I'd appreciate it. Installation guide. I overplan for anything like this. Like I've been doing this since I was a kid doing Lego sets. I'd have a side table set up, which I have now, and then I have like a main table and I null absolutely everything out. Okay, music is good, thank you. One stream they told me the music was like barely audible, and then I turned it up, and then the next stream they told me it was like, well, I watched back the VOD and it was like pretty loud, so I need to loosen these up enough that I can actually use them. I do feel like it, you know, kind of makes the stream feel more chill. So we need to space these by 33 millimeters. And a thing I found online that Adam Vector 3D had printed out were these little rail guides that are exactly 33 millimeters. Well, he's got them in different sizes, 25, 37, and 38. So if I put this up to my ruler, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but it is exactly 33 millimeters. So instead of having to use calipers and lock the calipers in and space it all down and all that kind of stuff, you can basically just put this over it, slide it up, kind of hold it down, and get your screwdriver out. And torque down a couple of them. He's watching, I know he's going to want me to go from outside to inside, but I guess I need to keep the guides on. Or inside to outside, not sure what I said. After using that guide, if I go ahead and double check with the caliper, how close we are according to the caliper. Oh, that wasn't. So that's pretty on the money, 33.05. And if I think about calipers, it's like, how hard are you, trying to press stuff? 33.04. So I think this is a pretty good shout. It's a little bit of wasted filament, but I wasted way more filament than this in failed prints trying to get stuff printed out. So yeah, I think I'm going to use these for pretty much the whole build. I guess there's only a few sets of rails, but gotta get a guides on this one now. So I was talking with Steve Builds from the Voron team, and he actually said, well, he helped design or was the primary designer of the Trident, but he thinks the Trident is the best Voron to get started with, because I mean, all of the Vorons have something kind of complex about them. The 2.4 obviously has the Gantry, which can cause people a lot of issues. But the thing about the V0 that he kind of notes that people have issues with is just how fiddly things are. Preloading, you have to preload a whole bunch of these nuts because you won't be able to drop in nuts later. So that kind of catches a lot of people out, what I've heard. So we should be at exactly 30 millimeters for this as well. Yeah, a lot of stuff is kind of following the Trident methodology of building stuff. I'm getting 3.08. Yeah, there are some, aren't there some that have like Z tilt on the Z-axis, or are they all like cantilever beds, kind of like the V0? Yeah, these are both within 0.08 millimeters, so. Pretty square. Built it with a single motor. Gotcha. Oh yeah, I really like this guy. I think it's a good idea for being able to get things pretty precisely. You know, assuming you have a printer that can print out to the millimeter in precision. Most printers should be good to like 0.4 millimeters. Yeah, that's kind of what I like about Voron though. It keeps the cost down. I like Voron that they don't have to consider that because they don't have to mass produce these printers. They can just like do whatever the F they want, you know, which is kind of fun. Stoppers on that end, but stoppers on the top. You know what? I might have used the wrong extrusion. You want it C, not E. I already messed up. I messed up, AA, bro. Wondering if I can just slide these out though. Nope. Fell out of the nut carrier. I grabbed the E extrusion for some reason instead of C extrusion. I'm smart like that. I almost started out with the real issue. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back in. They don't fit there properly. Maybe. What do you know? Worked out. It calls out right there where the two holes are, and I just like ignore that. Whoopsie. I guess it just matters that I found it in the long run. Chat, you gotta keep me honest. I'm gonna be making mistakes. It's late. Hey David. So the last stream, Kyle and Catalano checked in. Glad to see you're here today. I almost messed up. I caught myself though. Almost used the wrong extrusion. They use blind joints on these for Vorons to get the frame together, which is pretty nice actually. Seems like you can get the frame pretty square. I like it more than like corner gussets or any kind of like cube corners. Yeah, I will make all the mistakes. I thought this was pretty nifty. A guy whipped these up. They kind of give you exactly the distance that you need. Hey Steve. I almost made my first mistake. I don't know how long you've been here, but I was talking about how organized I was with my extrusions, and then I went and almost used the wrong extrusion in the first step. But I will show you this little tool that Adam from Vector 3D whipped up for lining up your rails. See what you think about it. I'm not sure if you saw any of his content when he built his V0. I think we might have our first stripped screw as well. This screw needs to get replaced. You need C extrusion for this step and not H extrusion. Similar to LDO, Formbot has tapped every hole in the ends of all the extrusions, so you can't really use that to tell which is which. Fall asleep, tablet. Cat. I pulled out. Got my LTT screwdriver. And in the bin. I missed the bin. I really like Modbot's little hardware organizer. It's proven to be real nifty. I prefer it a lot over going into bags every 30 seconds. And then I also got your hex organizer working for me, Steve. So what Adam came up with that is in his V0 mods are these little guys. So they're jigs or fixtures. I forget what the difference between jigs and fixtures are, but they're the appropriate length for spacing out your rails on the extrusion. So there's a little 37 and 38 embossed on here. So we need 38 for this one if I'm not mistaken. No, we need 33. Almost messed up again. And I also put things on the wrong side of the rail. All the mistakes. Hopefully we get them all out of the way now. Okay. So we can use these guys to keep us aligned. And then put this up against the end. Press into it. And from inside to outside, right, Steve? But I thought that was pretty nifty. Assuming your printer can print fairly accurately. I already brought out my calipers, but if I just use a ruler real quick, it's pretty bang on 33 millimeters. So seems like a good way to get these aligned. I used a 37 on one. What do I get for streaming at 10 o'clock at night? Starting my stream at 10 o'clock at night. I gotta get some weekday streams, or weekend streams, like midday. Nice and refreshed. Our alignment. All right. Hopefully we won't have to redo anything like this too many times. Ups inside to outside. That is better. Good. So we need to do some M3 by 8 with these guys just on the top. And I don't think we're really gonna need a drop nut. No drop nut, just a button. If you guys would like any other camera, let me know. Go over to C920. I got angle. Let me know what you want. I think we can just kind of just through. Slightly thread on the nut and just press it in. Opposed to using a no drop nut. This is optional. All right, prices averted. Not proceed using the wrong extrusion. Take these top stoppers out. I was a little bit worried about cleaning and greasing the rails, but I think I got into a pretty good state. These are stainless steel rails, according to their listing. They are kind of pretty ferrous for magnetic, for stainless steel, but now we can put these aside, and now we need V extrude. So from what I found, the A and the B's are all the same because they all have threaded ends. Which I think is the same in the LDO kit. Oh, my chat is delayed. Sorry about that. You guys are probably sitting there talking. Got this super old tablet. Not performing pretty well. Am I still building up from the Tronix Y chassis? Not really at the moment. Oh, do you mean the TiVo Tornado, David? We've got 2 V extrusions, preload 2 M3 nuts, 1. Yeah, I'm still building that guy up. That's the one I've been using the Big Tree Tech Nomi on. I have it off right now because I put a normal stealth burner shroud back on it to do some cooling tests. So, but yeah, I went in and they give you all the code. So I went in and changed the color and the GIFs from red to blue. Kind of match my branding a little bit, but I'm just still playing with it. Preloading that. One, 2. I really like the idea of Nomi. I'll be interested to see what Steve ends up thinking of it, given as it kind of modifies the stock cooler. But in terms of kind of personalizing your printer and making it kind of fun, I really like it. It reminds me of a lot of stuff that you see in like case modding for computers. All right, we need 4 M3x10 button head. The Nomi is not a touchscreen. It's basically just like a little watch screen. So it has no touch functionality. I can hopefully get it pulled out. That's pretty much it. Already zoomed in. So it's got like a little ESP over on the bottom of it. It's got a halo from Mello, similar concept. Halo has touch, which is used on the tool head. That is pretty interesting. Did Mello develop that in conjunction with anybody? I noticed that they've been kind of developing a lot of stuff in conjunction with like Mirage C, I think, and a couple other folks. Do you know what any of the touch functionality kind of does so far? Two more in by the updated SB 2040 boards and the Halo go along with it. They just throw stuff at you. I didn't ask for this, but okay. Seems kind of cool. As long as they have good knowledge that, you know, you're not receiving stuff and feeling obligated to necessarily like make content around it, I guess it's fine if they just kind of send you extra stuff. And M3x6s by 6 button. SB 2040 boards were replacements for the two that starts out on the Trident. Then I think they forgot to be Oh, I remember. Gotcha. Are you going to show off that stuff on any upcoming streams, Steve? I guess he just... Well, it doesn't explicitly say, but I assume that for these 4 screws right here, that they're slotted in with a nut. Just showing the screws in that nut. Assume like you need to go in with something, right? This. Maybe I will drop that. A little bit of residual lubricant on those rails, and now my fingers are feeling a little slimy. 3D Print SOS, if you're still in the chat, Steve Builds is on the Voron team and designed a lot of, or all of the Trident, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right? 3D Print SOS is building a Trident right now. I can't say designed all of it. Wiring up your ADXL. Gonna shake and shimmy your print head around a little bit. So I've seen resonance testing being done on more industrial equipment. When I worked at, I was an intern at a company called Moog Components Group. They made all sorts of motors, and they would do resonance testing on them. And I think it's really, really cool that the concept has made its way down into the 3D printing world. Like me and my coworkers used to go when they were scheduling some of the tests just to go and watch, just because we thought it was so cool. Was that at Moog or was that at that other? Alright, I think I finally got these done. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws for the rails. 4 screws out here for the blind joints, and 2 preloaded nuts. Oh, Steve, I did whip up something. Oh, I already showed you in the chat or the Discord, but I found out that you can open up this stuff via the web browsers. You don't even have to have Fusion 360 downloaded. But this is the little project I made where I organized everything by extrusion, so that you can see where all of the preloaded nuts go for any individual extrusion. So if I go over to like the hierarchical, say back bottom, you can see those 2 that I just inserted, and then there's 2 on the bottom, and then 2 here, which I think are for electronics. And you go top right, it's got 1, 2, 3. Outside, and that's it for that one. I did find a few spots where the exported Fusion 360 file didn't have all of the nuts in them. It had all of the screws, but it didn't quite have all the nuts. Is there a way to can? So what is the upright? Up front. Yeah, so these four nuts were actually missing in the CAD file that's in the like the distributed CAD file, which I assume isn't like your development CAD file. But yeah, I have this shared on printables, and I'm kind of weary of missing preloaded nuts, so I overplan everything. So I thought that was a cool way for me to kind of just get to understand where stuff goes in the project. Probably a bit unnecessary. I think the manual does a fantastic job of calling everything out, but you know, that hasn't stopped people from missing a few. Okay, next step. Load callouts, quick callouts for action. Now we want to take drills. You can have 20 people pour over a document in a CAD file and it seems something still missed. Yeah, it's not a huge like deal or anything. I'm actually kind of happy because I felt like I could, in a way, sort of contribute to the project and help other people out, which I think is kind of cool. Export pages for continuing. Simple while laying flat. 2mm hex drive. Tighten the screws behind the axis. Don't worry about the exact position later. Nut check. Should have 2 and 3 nuts in there. Yeah, it's pretty easy to miss a lot of all stuff. I don't think it's like, you know, actually prevented anybody from getting their build done, but you know, I assume you guys want to be fairly accurate in stuff you put out. So you did those. Load M3 nut in the back. 3 on each side. Yeah, so it's also kind of nice to see where these will end up going, if that makes sense. You can maybe, it doesn't really matter, you can slide them around anyhow. So, flip this guy over. Load. 3 on each side. I think my printer is slightly over extruding on these no drop nuts. They're a little hard to get in, or some of them are more difficult than others. Yeah, it's I'm really impressed with just everything that Voron has come out with. I was kind of feeling a little stale and stagnant with 3D printers. I have my my 3 Creality 3D printers and a Tevo Tornado. Had access to a Prusa, and I don't know, I just wasn't really inspired by much coming out. Oh, the screen transitions are actually a tutorial by that same guy I sent you the camera tutorial from. Gaming Careers, I think, is his YouTube channel, and it's developed in, or they're made in Adobe After Effects. but I'm sure there's other software that can be used to do the same thing. One, two. 1, 2. I need to turn down my extrusion multiplier if I print any more of these out. Just a little too fast. I was telling 3D Print SOS that I was streaming a lot of sim racing gear and tutorials and unboxings, and I would stream it, and I was just trying to like find ways to improve the stream. So every week I'd like watch a tutorial video and just, you know, optimize my cameras, try to get my microphone optimized, which I still don't think I've done with this current setup, but hopefully it's bearable for folks watching. Okay, 3 nuts preloaded in the back of each side. If you are doing a bouting, which you're not, too extra. Okay. So flip this back over. Slot it in there. I should get them relatively squared up. I guess that's where these are supposed to come in kind of handy. I think I recall you saying, Steve, that you hadn't really tried these before. First time I saw them were in, I think, ModBot's stream. You're supposed to parallel first, right? But presumably that should keep them parallel and equidistant, or the correct distance from each other. Tighten those just enough. I use tighten. Yeah, the 2 side pieces that are just temporary. I remember that. Someone else's stream. I believe you are correct. I know you've like retrofitted a lot of V1s and V0s, V0.1 and V0.0 to newer printers. Have you built one a V0.2 completely from scratch or from parts, not out of a kind of existing printer? Yep, you were correct. H extrusion. C and H, and that should be all of I have. I guess not. I was going to say the LDO kit I did. past December, but it did start out as a V0.1. Yeah. But you took your gold one all the way down to the frame. Wait. Far enough. Words are hard. Your streams tend to autoplay for me whenever I watch any type of Voron content. So I've seen several of your builds several times. I think I've seen the Enderwire one like 3 or 4 times probably. Build on a flat surface. So I've got this ruler down here to help me be able to square stuff up. That and one block. $115 streams, that's impressive. I was looking at my videos today. I have 220 like edited videos, but I've only got like 12 live streams. And it seems like live streaming is the way a lot of content creators, at least in the 3D printing space, are kind of going. September 2021. 1st. Last stream I brought out some of my badges from some of the conventions I've gone to for like CES and a couple other ones. That was kind of fun to kind of think back. 21 months. 115 streams in 21 months. So almost keeping a pretty... that like once per week basically. Can't do math right now. So I actually got this tip from Chris from Living Room Workbench. He mentioned that he got a ruler and set it up with some clamps so that he had like a nice consistent straight edge to be able to press stuff up against to do frame stuff, and it seems like it's working out pretty well for me. Sure, everybody figures out their kind of own way, their setup. That should be fairly square. I mean, I can take this guy, but I mean, a 1, 2, 3 block should be precise. Yeah. rocking in any of the four corners. 92, actually 96 weeks and six days. What made you? You probably mentioned it on stream several times, Steve. But what made you want to like start streaming? Was it just like you're doing builds anyway, and you feel like you could help people and answer questions, or? I know a lot of people start making content because they're constantly getting asked the same questions over and over again. So like, well, why not put it in a video? Oh, plastic down. The V0 in one sitting. That's impressive. These are not quite square. Probably because of that little piece of plastic that was. How many hours was that? I know Nero did a V0 build in 10 hours. And when we really tried in, I wanted to build stream, started on Discord and upload to YouTube. 10 hours, wow. That's impressive to me. I'll be happy if I'm finished with the frame in 10 hours. Okay. This is the bottom. Playing some Diablo 4. Sounds like most of my friends group. Keep an eye out when you go live again. Have fun the rest of the stream. Thanks for stopping by, Steve. Thanks for all the content you put out. And thanks for creating some pretty awesome printers with the Voron team. I definitely want to build a Trident next. I've got the LDO V0 kit, and then after that, I got my eye set out on a Trident. Diablo 4, is it getting to the no life stage yet? I guess it's hard to do like when I was a teenager or college and just kind of, we called it no-lifing stuff, where you just play video games and kind of have no life outside of it. Just a couple hours here or there. That's good. Okay, we've got that. Build on a flat surface. Done with that. Over. We tighten it down with a 2mm wrench. Been playing V2 since it came out many moons ago. Can't help but to give it a few here and there. Yeah. I'm mostly playing Overwatch right now. I love first-person shooters. Shooters in general. 30 plus years, 20 plus years. So Overwatch, a little bit of Battlefield. I'm kind of the typical shooter bro type person. 58mm. Don't have a spacer for that, but set up our calipers. And with these little crossbars, I'm hoping that once we measure out this 58mm, should be pretty square on the other side as well. Let's see if we get it. Oh, I had it on the dot. Oh, it's like rocking between. Oh, right there. It's 58 to the inside, not to the outside. So can I add 20 and make it 78? That's not advisable. Maybe I'll just use a ruler. Right. Tablet. Nice. These up just a scotch. Precision required. Very serious. Nudging it to find this bit over. That should go. Now you need to square when you block it. Okay, that looks like it's good. This side square as well. On this side, are we at 58? So these work pretty well in terms of getting this spacing right, what I can tell. It also says approximately 58, but it seems like mainly we just want to make sure this is square. And I think everything is square and flush. I guess I can measure up top as well. But if everything's properly constrained, I don't see why. It is not. That. Eight. Eight. $88. And there's no way this should not be 58. Get everything snugged up just enough that I know it won't like ground on me. David, if you're still in chat, what kind of projects do you have going on? I know you've been doing a lot of resin printing, if I recall correctly. chat.
Yeah.
Alright, so it should be all good. It's so weird picking this up, and it just feels so dainty and small. You see people building 300 by 300 or 350 by 350 like Vorons, and it's just like these giant cages. Okay, we put them 3 by 8. We out of the way. By 8, one of these guys, and then 8 button heads. I honestly thought that this particular kind of section of the print or build was going to be quite a bit faster. I think I can swap out this if we're not going to do any 2mm. Now we need our cable chain, which I have off to the side. Here. But we do not have this bed. We have a Kirigami bed. I think we were going to get to the bed necessarily. Go. It's almost midnight. The end length. Which end? Bend it this way. My chat froze up again. I'm gonna have to find a better tablet. This is my excuse to buy a tablet, right? Okay, on to LEDs for the stealth burner now. Decided to do it manually instead of pre-wired. Yeah, I had ordered some from Aliexpress to do them manually, and they apparently got shipped to Israel somehow, with a couple other things that I ordered. So I was trying to find some on Amazon, and then I saw like you could buy 20 of the individual LEDs for like $9.99, or you could buy a pre-made one for $9.99. So I just went with the pre-made one because I was kind of perturbed that some of my stuff ended up in Tel Aviv instead of where I was. Like, how does that even happen? I filed a dispute and like they gave me the money back and stuff, but it was like, I don't have this part, so I need to go to the Kirigami instruction. I grabbed 100 on Amazon, $50 for it. Might come in handy. Yeah, definitely. You can throw these, like, these little NeoPixels, you can throw them everywhere. You know, there's little Voron symbols in the skirts. People have made either replacements or inserts that you can do a clear plastic print with. Basically, like, okay. This Kirigami bed has what can you guys see right now? Can't see that. The front of the Kirigami bed has a little spot for a NeoPixel to go. but people have started putting these all over the printer. So there's a little spot with the Voron symbol in the skirts, and I've seen a lot of people put these in there, and it just adds a little bit of extra bling. There's also the rainbow barf RGB LEDs. Have you seen that? So instead of having, you know, like one LED in the NeoPixel, it has like 6 tiny ones, and then you can make like the center Voron be a whole bunch of multiple colors. There's just like infinite numbers of possibilities with Vorons. Kind of why I love them. But okay, so now we have to switch over to the LDO installation guide because the Formbot has no documentation whatsoever. I've been looking at the FISEC stuff, and their documentation seems pretty damn great. But the Formbot is like non-existent, which is kind of disappointing. So we need to get a little tiny guy at this. Wiring. Put a bed right here. Turn it over. Set it this way. Need to take that chain, the hard chain, and mount it here. Oh. Yeah, so it's like a little array just in one LED. So instead of like setting up your config to have a NeoPixel with 3, you set it up to be like 9. So 2 in the nozzle, and then like another 7 or something just in the logo itself. I think it's hilarious how like ridiculously over the top people are with everything. This piece, I think I need to go to mod. Kirigami. Yeah, the biggest downfall to this is just not having any documentation whatsoever. Alright, so it looks like a tiny little printed piece. It looks like this. Printed. It's this guy. This pops in here somehow. Other way. Yeah. Oh, I need to heat that into the donut. I need several heat settings. So let's get our space cleared off. So I can get my jig up here. That screws falling out of those nut carriers. That might have been the best time. Is have a man? mount. No belts. Oh, there's no belts on the V drive. Is that for like a belted V mod? I guess we're watching the video. This should be transformative, right? I'm not gonna, he's assembling his. Maple Leaf Makers, if you haven't checked them out, they've got a lot of good videos on, this is for V0. That's not the piece. I don't think. Oh, so it depends on your chain as to which part of which mounting you need. Chain mounting block for V0.2 with IGUS air Chinese. Additional spacer. Some generic wider bend radius. This doesn't seem like a particularly wide bend radius. Bottom mounting block got belt chain belt. Belt stuff. I don't. I think we need this piece. This is what's in the picture from the CAD. I think that's what I'm gonna go with for now. We need to get some heat set inserts. And so I've got this guy. Overhead desktop. It looks like we need heat insert here and here. So on the outside. These will be simple enough to do. Let's just heat it up. He's heating up. Should be the good heat set inserts that are like the right outer diameter and right depth. I bought some off of Amazon when I built my first stealth burner, and they were apparently not the right. Past flush. Just about flush. This is the Adafruit rig that I've modified to use washers instead of whatever they had you use in the build, I forget. So that will give us I am not quite. It's like this. Something's got to give. That's something. Pin it back there. I'm just not fitting one here correctly. So you need one more insert. Stop. I'm just not seeing how this thing fits on. It's still hot. Maybe this Kirigami bed isn't spec. Maybe the gauge is different. So I'm just not able to get it through some other piece. I have an extra one, so I can try with this one. This is like a super common mod. It's not like what are his drawing page? in situ. Five different options for mounting things. Option 1, looking on the inside. Down. Option 1. I'm going to go watch what the workbench did. Much just finished a Voron build.
Okay.
Watch him doing all the things I just did. Alright. Oh. All the parts. Doing exactly what I'm doing, trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. It's gonna be funny if he ends up watching this later. Watching his own stream on my stream. I did not watch this part of his stream. Watching the same video I'm watching. Oh, so he's using a little chalky. All his. What's great about the internet? YouTube. I know 3D Print SOS, you were saying that that's why you were kind of dividing your videos up so that when you run into problems, people can kind of come back and look. It doesn't have to change. About the chain mount, Chris. Chip. He just didn't put one on there. I don't know when the hell. Up out of that. Oh. Watch the next. I'm gonna get to a point and the bed's just gonna be done. Did it off stream. He's got the little twisty boy on here. He's got this thing, but I just don't see how I can get that on. Orient it like this. The outside. That's about to break the plastic. Found it. I think this is something that could be clarified by some documentation. I'm going back to watch somebody else do a stream where they're having the exact same issue. Also somewhat of the problem with like when mods start to get put into kits, because you know the original Voron docks are probably great, but this mod has become so like ubiquitous that kit manufacturers have started using it, but the documentation's like not there. It's like a bulge, I can't. Trying to figure out how to get this piece mounted on to this here. These two are supposed to be on the outside here so that you can vertically mount your cable chain, but this just doesn't fit. So maybe it's just this bed manufactured by Formbot. And if you had one that's like 2 spec, maybe things would work out better. I'm just gonna need a knife. Shaving away a bit of plastic in the way. I think this is the part I printed, so it could be that the print is over extruded a bit. Tip parts have been pretty much perfect. Tip parts have been pretty much perfect. Even when I try to like twist it in, it's just not quite aligning perfect. I've been shaving off some of the material in here, try to get it to align right. We'll blame it on my part. Blame it on the juice, blame it on the Henny. That mostly gets it to fit on, but it's not looking good. Yeah, screws that. Came out in 3x6. Button. Okay. After this, I'll do all the heat set inserts. I'm gonna keep the Oh, my part broke. Part split. That insert is just turning. Maybe. Oh, you're home? Hey, is it morning for you? I was just watching your video on putting together this stupid bed where my printed parts don't seem to be, the printed parts don't seem to be fitting. Are you headed to the gym? But I was just watching back your stream, and I literally watched you like go through the exact same process of trying to figure stuff out that I am now. I feel like there could definitely be some better, yes, a better manual for the Kirigami bed. He's got like a couple pictures, a bomb, the Maple Leaf Makers video seems like it's way out of date, and he's got this new stealth version of the part. So I'm just gonna go with that, the way I can figure out how to get it on here, and hope that it's right. Yeah, the video is just the old part. So this is the part I've got on it now. I hope it's the right part, fit on there the right way. He has that little like nub that sticks into the one of the mounting holes. I wish that wasn't there and it was just another heat set insert. I wish both sides of this just had a heat set insert, because having to put the nub in and twist it was just a pain in the butt. I don't know though. Maybe my printed parts stuck. But okay, we got through it. Enjoy your workout. Glad you were able to hop in for a second, but it is funny. I was just literally had your video up, your stream, trying to like figure out how in the heck this thing goes together. I need to get the rest of the parts. There you go, on my stream. He sent me a picture. Thank you for that. Oh, and you had to use a little extension too. So that's this little extra part right here, I guess. cable tie. Oh, okay, yeah. Just see how the cable chain rolls. You might need the extension. Okay. Do you think I can leave it out for now? Just get this thing mounted because it's been pissing me off. Just make sure the chain is long enough. It's easier to constructively remove a chain part than adding one. You can add an extension later. Okay, I can add the extension. That's good. Alright, so it looks like this requires some M3 flat. Is that what these M3 flats are? See ya, man. Thanks for the help. I appreciate it. Enjoy your workout. So the kit comes with several bags which aren't on the BOM. One being M3x6 flathead screws, and it looks like cable chain is actually what requires it because they've got counter sunk little slots on them. What would I do without other YouTube? Alright, so that is mounted. Now let's see about the rest of the part. Is that the best fit? But as long as things align correctly, I'll be happy. Yeah, like the fact that Steve popped in here and helped me out. The fact that Chris just hopped in here and helped me out. It's pretty dope. Alright, so the rest of the parts I need are I'm just gonna follow what he did. Got it. Okay. Frame. I need this front piece, which I'm going to do the black one and the blue one, just in case, so I've got options. I built this heat insert press because I was doing a lot of sim racing here. I had insert, but I'm pretty glad I have it. I mean, you don't need it if he's pressed in, but it just feels pretty consistent. Not worried about burning myself or the parts. I'm gonna ask your opinion when it comes time, whether I should go with the black one or the blue one. I think the maker of the mod said make it your base color. But I thought since it's kind of front and center in the build, maybe the blue would look good. Get that part parts have threaded. Kind of leaning towards blue for everything on the bed. Here is a good example of one of my prints next to a PIF print. This is the printed forward print. And this is my print. And they're different filaments, but their print is way nicer than mine. See that part first? I vote blue. That's what I was thinking. We're gonna go with blue. Let me get this little crystal piece pressed out and put into the other one. Chat participation. Gotta love it. Pressed in. Alright, this guy needs 4 heat inserts front, which is a little awkward. This. That's like the skinniest little part to be putting a heat press or heat insert into. One more. It wasn't bad. I do like that you have that that soldering iron that heats up super fast. And it's battery powered, so you don't have to be tethered while using it. That seems pretty dope. Another part. V0.2. They love their heat cut insert. Oh yeah, using it right now. D6 super cheap. 6S battery might be more expensive than the iron. But then again, you have plenty of like drone type batteries all over the place, right? I've been like literally fighting and not letting myself get into drone stuff. It's like, I've got so many hobbies, PC building, sim racing, expensive hobbies. I feel like if I'm too obsessive with hobbies, I go all in on everything. Same reason I haven't built any mechanical keyboards. I could totally see myself building a $500 mechanical keyboard, or multiple. I did for a while too, then I went in, now it's too late for me. Save yourself! Supposed to be like, come on in, the water's fine. Keyboards are another one, don't even get started. Alright, I won't. It's such a deep hobby. I watch a guy named Teha Types, and he does a lot of live streams. got like a really nice setup, and I've been trying to emulate some of his stuff. And yeah, he builds keyboards for like super big streamers that are like $780. So this is an LDO wiring kit for this bed. Again, the Formbot kit doesn't come with anything. It doesn't tell you what prints you need to print out. But you can buy this LDO kit separately. And so these are Wagos, which are used to kind of distribute power. So you can split power out real easily. I think these just slide in, maybe. Yeah. And I think this PCB is a little breakout guy. Here, it's gonna need a screw. And this guy is up here, but I'm not sure if it's left or right, upside down or. Do I need any more parts for this? All right. Goes on here like this. It kind of snaps into place. Oh, and this is where one of the leveling screws go, I think. Don't need a. Maybe we need to thread it there. That's the LDO dock. Got it. Like LDO's documentation is usually fantastic. Wiring guide is good. It's like this go in, get on left. I'm not gonna worry about wiring stuff yet. I'm just trying to all the pieces. Going like this. Just for one that can put in like this. I wish they had better tracking. This is Legacy. Bulky Boy Legacy. The extension. All right, we're going with the pieces. LDO. This has been the most frustrating part of the building. Three by 6 should be enough. Just a heads up, your mic was cutting out there for a bit. But is it sounding good now? I don't know. Sometimes when I like don't, I've got like a shotgun mic. I tried using a lav mic, and it was picking up everything on my shirt. And every time I coughed, every time I moved my head, it felt like it was picking up like noise and stuff. So then I got like a little Rode shotgun mic, like the logger mic that goes on top of your DSLR. It seems to work okay. It could be the noise cancellation being too aggressive, but I notice if I turn it down like 3%, it almost stops working. Like the threshold on it is frustratingly okay. So I can see how this bed is better. It's less pieces. The other bed uses like 2 extrusions that come out with a 3D printed piece on the front, 2 3D printed pieces and an extrusion in the back, and this is just one solid piece. I can totally see how this is a better solution. I just wish the documentation was more up to date and or better. It's always like nothing that you can't figure out, but it would just be nice if the docs were super clear and you just get through it a lot easier. This can go on either side. Looks like requires 2 things to be cut. Press fit in okay. Are you building off stream tonight? Yeah, I was just setting things up for tomorrow and decided then. Gotcha. Yeah, there's stuff I kind of now I'm wishing I would have just done before stream. I did like a lot of prep and organization, but gotcha. Yeah, you can just say I did this A, B, and C. It's not like it's super interesting stuff. Alright, that's on. This right here. Yeah, it's also stuff that technically doesn't even come with Kit, yeah. Extra credit. RGB helps you print faster though, so. I'm surprised Physik doesn't have the LEDs in the kit, considering it's like a $9 cost on Aliexpress. It's gotta be what, like $3-4 for them, and then they mark it up in order to like account for listing prices and all that kind of stuff. It can't be more than like $3. And the rest of the Physik kit seems pretty dang good. What side does this guy go on? I can unplug this iron for the time being. Don't burn myself. And it's just kind of blocking stuff. I kind of regret using such a large piece of wood. I might knock this down because it doesn't need to be that big. Legos, let's go on what side? Go on. That's upside down, right? What's this? You're going facing down. All the rest of this way too long. Awesome. Surprise, surprise, it's gonna be in the way. Oh. Well, that sucks. This piece just broke. I don't know if that's going to be a reprint or maybe I can do the other one that I printed. Oh, right. It just holds the cable chains, so it's not all that structural. It will be inside of the enclosure. That makes me wonder if it's beneficial to not be included, but honestly, I'm a little perturbed with the lack of documentation on this part. Everything else is so well documented and laid out. I do have an extra piece in black that. It needs a bit more. This little nub, I just wish it wasn't there. I wish this was just another spot for a heat set insert. Then you could just slide it in there and screw it from each side, but maybe it won't sit flat that way. There's got to be a reason they did it this way. This is a mod. This isn't by the main Voron. I cut this down too. I think my prints are just a little on the fat side. Snip off little bits of plastic, don't like that. Yeah, my piece is definitely a little bit too fat. Extrusion. I'm just trying to trim down this nub enough to be able to get it into the hole on the bed. It's on there, but I think there's still too much material. Corner. Probably a little dog bone. No input shaping on this printer. Oh yeah, you said you were getting the ADXL set up too. Are you gonna do the input shaping on stream? Yeah, you think so? I did it on my other TiVo Tornado printer that I've like put clipper on and made kind of Voron-y. It's not that bad. Reading, like getting the readings and knowing what they mean can be a little difficult, but like it automatically gives you a recommendation of what settings at the end of it. Burning. Glad I do have backups for some of this stuff, but I hate having to hack a 3D printed piece in order to get stuff to work. Now I gotta get back up. I'm just gonna go over there behind. Alright, round two. We get this piece on without breaking. This nub is just too like melty and cooked. It's not fitting into the recess bed. Got to be said that all of this is just like an issue with my prints. That's squaring up right. You know what? I probably could have printed a new piece by now. I'm looking stupid here, whittling 3D prints down. Alright, there's some there. Not break it. Alright. I think that's everything for the Kirigami bed mechanically. Right? That's like 5 pages of instructions. So now I need to mount it to the frame. 10 hours later. Oh, I got it. I'm out of here for the night. Good luck with the rest of the build. But thanks for hopping in. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for the tip. It's literally the first tip on the channel during a live stream. I appreciate it. And I'll get at you for getting you those extras. But, have a good night, man. I'm probably not gonna go too long myself. Too much longer. Can't even speak. Shouldn't be building 3D printers when I can't even talk. That insert is too long for this tiny little M4 screw. If I have dig into my own hardware. There we go. Extra hardware to do the rest. Alright, overhead the frame. Back over here. Go the top this way. Those tiny little M2 screws. This guy. M2 by M2x4. This is another bag of hardware that comes that's not on the bomb, and it is get the Kirigami bed mounted the carriage. Put my giant hand. Yeah. Get one on that side, one other side. I should not have gone to those windows. I should a ball head. I'm not going to tighten them all the way down. Run away from me. Oh, that was almost faster. I almost sent that whole screw organizer over the edge of the table. That would have broken me. Apparently these skips. C920. Seam set up like that. Whoa. Get all 8 screws in, tighten them up. Cross pattern. Cross pattern. Wait. Red block. Definitely some binding there. I think we're about to get that out now. So trimming, loosen these screws, bring your bed all the way to the bottom. The zeros are properly spaced. That is 8, 1. So loosen 1, 2, 3. Stoppers out of it. Bring it all the way to the bottom. Slide it up. Right. Now. Block. Bring it all the way down to the bottom. Tighten. Number 1. Top. 3. Now all of a sudden, that how the heck is that? There's your problem. To the bottom. flush. Good. Moving up to the top and tighten 2. Finding snag. Really not fine joint still. Keep the step. Pretty smooth. Finally, height 3. Double check the height. Stop her. Eight. Over. And almost dump those off in. Roughly. It's 58 on all sides. All right, so we have frame, T-rails, and the bed done. I think I might spend a little bit more time rechecking the squareness. Got some white fuzzies all over the frame. But we've been streaming for how long now? What's my up? 2 hours and 45 minutes is way past my bedtime. But yeah, we got some pretty good progress today. Got our first donation on stream. Thanks to Pretty Print SOS. Definitely check out his channel. He's building a Voron Trident right now, and he's pretty far along. So if you want to do somebody building a Trident, kind of the same format, go check him out. Thanks for Steve for dropping by. Thanks for my buddy David for talking in chat. Thanks for you guys for putting up with me. Hopefully some of the mistakes I've made, you guys will be able to learn from and not make those same mistakes yourself. And I'm going to call it for the night. We are going to try to get back going maybe tomorrow night, maybe the night after. But we will get continue doing the frame, I guess. So we'll do frame 2, electric boogaloo, and yeah, that should be exciting. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Peace.